Moving on, Human Rights Watch, a New York-based international non-governmental organization, in a new video feature has claimed that the Taliban's ban on secondary education has already cost Afghan girls 300 days of schooling, having terrible repercussions for them, their families and the future of the nation. The Taliban went back on an announcement that all schools would open in March, drawing criticism from Western governments.
The Human Rights Watch, an international non-governmental organization, claimed on Wednesday that the Taliban's ban on secondary education has already caused girls in Afghanistan to lose 300 days of their studies, with devastating consequences for them, their families, and the country's future. 6 well-known Afghan women were featured in the video where they spoke about how education transformed their life and the terrible effects the present restriction is having on the Afghan females of this generation. This comes as on Tuesday evening, a press release that appeared to be issued by the Ministry of Education was circulated on social media, inviting media outlets to a press conference on the reopening of all girls' schools. However, the ministry denied this, calling it inaccurate and fake. The Taliban went back on the announcement that all schools would open in March, leaving many girls who had turned up at their high schools in tears and drawing criticism from Western governments. The Taliban seized power for a second time in Afghanistan last August as international forces backing a pro-Western government pulled out. Critics say women's rights have since been undermined with new curbs on their clothes, movement and education, despite earlier Taliban vows to the contrary. Foreign governments have said the Taliban needs to change its course on women's rights before economic sanctions imposed after they seized power can be lifted. Afghanistan is in a deep economic crisis as billions in central bank reserves have been frozen.